uneasy. He's wide open. Yes, sir! Lastimosa, another three.
Jerome Lastimosa,
Oh, go! Triple for Jerome Lastimosa. Melesio all day to shoot. Gets it to go. Lasar is off and running. Melesio behind the back pass again. Justin Lasar brings that baby home. Cani against Desiderio. The bang in the bucket. They swing it to Comboy, who's had the hot hand. Still finds a way. Fading away on one leg. Ildefonso will drive right. That's all muscle. Changes direction. Twice he does that. Navigates through Pasay traffic. A double-double performance for Philip Manalang. Straightaway jumper. Nothing but sweet string music. Manzo with a steal! All the way! That's one out of the back. Highlight, the University of the Philippines after 32 years! CJ for three! Are you kidding me? Subido with a crossover. Subido for three! Renzo Subido! Ravenna leaves it for Edge. Oh! Here's Matt, the 30. Highlight coming. Two-hand slam. Dominance and the excellence of the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles continues. As old as time itself, Sundays have always been for worship, for family, for rest, for basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what Miko Halili likes to call the championship capital of the Philippines, the historic Araneta Coliseum, where later on today, the 4 p.m. matchup, the hottest ticket in town, the finals rematch from Season 81 closes off round 1 of Season 82 of the UAAP as the UP Fighting Maroons take on the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. But before that, right smack at noon, the NU Bulldogs are set to take on the UE Red Warriors. Good afternoon and welcome to ABS-CBN Sports live and exclusive coverage of the 82nd season of the UAAP's men's basketball tournament. We are all for more, and we are live on SNA, SNA HD, on Liga HD, on I Want, on live stream. And if you are watching us from around the world, to our TFC.TV subscribers, magandang araw, magandang hapon, magandang gabi sa inyo, wherever it is that you might be enjoying UAAP action. My name is Nico Ramos. Here with me is the hoop nut Enzo Flojo. And joining our broadcast team for today, it's an all-male cast today as Bailey's Akot will be reporting. He will be on the NU side of things, while Jaime Escalon will take care of the sidelines for the University of the East. Boys, we'll get to you guys in a second, but Enzo, you know, you want to talk about closing off the first round strong. Yes, we have that big finals rematch earlier on, later on in the day, but you would be hard-pressed to find two hungrier teams looking to play really, really hard to ring in that second round than UE and NU.
Well, for sure. A lot of people have talked about how NU in particular has had so many heartbreaks here in the first round of Season 82, and UE, of course, so much potential. A lot of really good players coming into this program this season, and both teams definitely, they don't want to avoid being the 8th place team ending the first round, but they just want to get a lot of momentum, as much as they can get heading into the second round of the season.
So we'll roll up the standings for you guys on your screens. There you see Ateneo and UP will battle out for the top spot later on today, but NU and UE, they're going to make sure that neither of them will finish the first round, you know, at the bottom. Well, one of them doesn't finish at the bottom. They would like the other team to be that unfortunate squad. The interesting thing about this matchup is that, you know, and regardless of what they may have felt about their first 6 opponents, after 6 games, both of these teams are looking at the other side of the court and going, we're better than
Yes.
you. NU is convinced they're better than UE, and the Red Warriors are convinced that they're better than the Bulldogs.
Well, that's true. NU, of course, they had, I think, 3 games decided by 1 point each, and they could have easily been playing for a top 4 spot at this point had the ball bounced a certain way in any of those games. But right now they're just trying to build on the win they had against FEU a few days ago, while UE on the other hand trying to arrest a 2-game skid after losing to UP and Ateneo. We'll see which team is red, as you said, Nico, which team really is better than the other this afternoon.
It's been 4 days since the Bulldogs have seen action, and at the pace that Season 82 is going, that's a long rest already. They took on the FEU Tamaraos, and what a convincing win it was. You want to look for a first win. It can't come any sweeter than this. Maybe a little late in the season that they wanted, but this one was unquestionable. This one was a floor mopping of the Tamaraos, 61-39, and FEU would be the first to tell you that this is a game whose tape that they have burned and buried and will no longer be found anywhere near Moraita.
Well, for sure. I'd like to think that for Coach Jamaica and for the rest of the NU Bulldogs, this was a bit of a statement win for NU. They told the entire league that, hey, we are a potential contender, not for the future, but for now, for this season. They had great defense, holding FEU to a season low 39 points for the entire game, Nico, and only 18.9% field goals. That's not a typo. That's the second lowest overall, I think, since we've been counting the stats in the UAAP men's basketball, and that was a good experience for NU, and hopefully the young guns of the Bulldogs will be able to take the lessons from that game into this matchup against Red Warriors today.
Dave Ildefonso, a key cog for NU. He was excellent for them last season, has been excellent despite losses. How many game winners has Dave had taken away from him because someone else hit a game winner afterwards? But in this one, he did not need any late game heroics, just his usual 40-minute excellence. 20-8 is the stat line for Dave.
Well, this was another game that underscored how big of a star Dave Ildefonso not can be, but already is for National University. The super sophomore averaging 18 points per game, 6.5 rebounds. In this game, he upped those numbers, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, and he was an absolute leader for the NU Bulldogs as they got win number 1 in Season 82. And of course, we all expect him to continue playing big for NU here in this afternoon's matchup against UE.
Oh, without question, one of the best talents we have in the entire UAAP and collegiate basketball in general. All right, let's go to Bailey's Akot, who has more from us on the NU side of things, who finally got their first scratch at the win column. Bailey's, tell us more.
Sacrifice, Nico and Enzo. That is what the Bulldogs have learned and applied and showcased to the FEU Tamaraos last game. All 16 players embraced their roles and being good teammates to one another, from distributing the ball well and helping each other on defense. And the Bulldogs, after leaving the dugout last game, were told that they should shift their mindset to the Red Warriors. UE has the #1 scorer and the second best import in the league. That is enough to beat any team. And with that in mind, the Bulldogs are looking to not relax and not be contented with their win dahil wala pa silang napapatunayan. At kanina, sinabi sa akin ni Dave ay hindi na raw problema ang motivation for the team. Because after everything that has transpired in their first 6 games, experience is what will drive them to win their upcoming games. Nico and Enzo, with the 5 heartbreaking losses of the Bulldogs that serve as motivation, they look to carry experience as they try to close out the first round strong.
Well, thanks a lot, Bailey's. Well said. Yung nakatikim na ang NU ng panalo. No more shoulda, woulda, couldas. They know what it takes to win. They've experienced it, in the words of Dave Ildefonso, and they'll try to carry that over in the next assignment. Let's shift to the other side of the court and talk about the red and white of UE. They were upset hunting. They were in the deep water searching for big fish, and tell you what, the way that first half went, they almost looked like they were gonna get it as they put on a scare to the defending champion Ateneo Blue Eagles. That is, of course, until Ateneo did Ateneo things and turned things around in the second half. But that first half, don't get the final score mistaken. The talent of this UE team really pushed Ateneo to the edge in those first 20 minutes.
Well, for sure. They made the Blue Eagles sweat in that particular game, despite the 17-point final point spread. We saw two sides from the Red Warriors in this particular matchup, Nico. The UE showed that they have the potential to keep in step with, you know, a championship team. But at the same time, in the second half especially, you also saw how, you know, there's still a lot of room for improvement for Coach Lawrence Chongson's team. Flashes of brilliance, yes, but still a lot of inconsistency from UE shown in that game against Ateneo.
Which is really tough to do against Ateneo, one of the deepest teams, not just in season 82, but you know, you rank team depth, talent depth in the history of the UAAP. This last few runs for Ateneo, it puts them really high up there. Best squad against best squad, UE could compete, especially if you have a guy like Ray Suerte leading your charge. And you know, he bounced back after a rough outing against the Fighting Maroons, which was talked about JD Tungkab's defense against him. Well, he took to the league's best defense, and he showed up 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks, as the lead Red Warrior reclaimed his spot at the top of the charge for UE.
Well, we're talking about a guy who's number 3 overall in scoring coming into this game, 18.3 points per game after that 15-point outing against Ateneo. All-around contributor, actually, this guy, Ray Suerte, averages close to 8 rebounds per game, close to 4 assists as well. So for the 24-year-old one-and-done Red Warrior, he's been doing his share for UE. But the question is, who else will do their share and step up for the Red Warriors this afternoon for them to get that all-important second win to end the first round?
Well, for everybody else, their share isn't enough. It hasn't been enough. They got to go back to the buffet table and get a little bit more and kind of widen that appetite a little bit. Jaime Ascalon has been with UE since the start of the season, and he has more on the Red Warriors from courtside right now. Go ahead, Jaime.
Yes, Nico and Enzo. You know, I asked Coach Lawrence Chongson what is the one thing he desperately wants to see that he has not yet seen in the first round, and he answered he wants the team to stop playing in spurts and instead play 40 minutes of consistent basketball. And you guys mentioned Ateneo earlier. He wants that to serve as a lesson for the team, where they played well in the first half, being up by 1, but they lost focus in that third quarter. They started to turn the ball over and they forgot to run their plays. Now for today's game, Jed Mendoza will not be suited up as he is attending some family affairs, but Philip Manalang, who missed last game, is back and ready to go. So look for him to play those point guard minutes. We'll see if the UE Red Warriors can finally prove to Coach Lawrence that they can play consistent basketball. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Thanks a lot, Jaime. And you know, a big loss for UE without having Jed Mendoza there. He's the other veteran rookie that they have.
That's true.
Him and Suerte have been stable hands here for the Red Warriors, but they'll have to make do without Mendoza in the fold. All right, let's bring out our key matchups for this game, and it's a battle of the big boys.
It's a battle of the of 2 Senegalese centers for this afternoon. You got NU's Issa Gaye, more of a utility center for the Bulldogs, going up against the double-double machine, the tower of power for University of the East, Alex Diakite. Diakite, of course, has more impressive numbers. He's top 10 in 3 major categories, Nico: scoring, rebounding, and blocked shots. While for Issa Gaye, he's number 9 overall in rebounding. Of course, the pressure will be on Gaye to match up with the production of Alex Diakite. The big question for Diakite, of course, is how well has he recovered from his bout with what a lot of people suspected was dengue. And it's going to be a big, very interesting matchup for this afternoon. Both centers, of course, potentially have big impacts for the respective teams in this game today.
Oh, well, we've seen it. You know, we saw it with FEU and Adamson yesterday. A lot of it really comes down to which of their guys in the middle can outperform their counterpart. You know, Diakite's been on both sides of the fold. Has had bad games, has bad outings, has had impressive individual outings. So you want to look at the matchup against UP, could say he outplayed the reigning MVP in Bright Taqueti there, but you know, that brought them to the brink of a victory, but not enough. So it's really a careful balance. It's a test of actual chemistry. You know, which elements you want to have enough of, which ones you can go a little bit more of, as you just saw the stars on your screens. Lawrence Chongson, he's not messing around. Zambrano, Santos, and Agbalo will be your officials. I want to talk about Lawrence's first 5. Outside of, you know, Jed Mendoza, usually at that point guard spot, the 5 that he's sending out on the floor to start this game is arguably his most productive 5. Habang etong NU naman with, you know, they have Sean Ildefonso, You know, they'll have Mosqueda coming off the bench. They'll have Gallego coming off the bench. They have weapons na nakaipit pa etong si Coach Jamaica Harin. But Lawrence Chongson wants to get off to a hot start. And does he want to do it quick? Suerte, Yakite will have Abanto, and you know he'll also have the very active Neil Tolentino on the starting five for him.
And that's very important for UE, Nico. Strong starts. They've had many of those for season 82. Talking about the Red Warriors, the question has always been, can they consistently put out that high level of effort throughout the 40 minutes of a game here in season 82? And you have Philip Manalang, and point guard back there. Coach Chongson hoping he'll bring some stability to that starting five for UE in the absence of Jed Mendoza.
Tolentino, as UE has first crack at it, and their battle red. Suerte doubled immediately. Abanto, they'll dare him to take that three. First attempt is wide to the left as Chino Mosqueda will be the table setter for NU. Minerva, Gaye, Oxon, and Dave Ildefonso the five for Jamaica Harin.
A quick double team on Dave Ildefonso right there. Coach Chongson doesn't want Ildefonso to get hot early because that's going to be a big problem for UE.
Oh, first attempt at the basket for Isa Gaye is a one dribble fading hook. Yakite was in his grill, led to a miss, or even at nothing. Tolentino tries to find the baseline. Oh, Yakite wasn't even looking, but it still lands with him before he throws it away. Here's Dave going downhill. Ildefonso to the baskets. You can't double team that.
And someone from UE has got to stop Ildefonso in transition like that. He's just so dangerous offensively when he's in his rhythm. And that's not the kind of defense Coach Lawrence Chongson wants to see in transition from his squad.
UE, they're trying to pin down Suerte. Can't get it to Ray. Philip will drive inside. That's rejected by Minerva. And NU will be happy, more than happy, to get opportunities like this. Caught on the McDonald's instant replay.
If you're UE, you gotta pick up Ildefonso a lot higher in transition.
Or at all.
Yes, that's true.
Manalang off the back three with contact. I'm not sure he called back, but we'll give it to him.
Well, UE is gonna take that shot. I don't think that was a shot they were actually looking for in that particular sequence, but they'll take it anyway.
Will give it too.
Yeah.
Ildefonso to the cup, attracts three, and that's a better job by UE guarding that Ildefonso drive. Suerte with a steal. Suerte gets away from the triple team, throws it away. Minerva, Mosqueda, Ildefonso. Now to Oxon. Quick trigger, transition three will not bounce in, but Minerva's on the floor. That's going to be a foul on Nick Abanto on the box out.
Here's the pass to Manalang right there. A little slow on the closeout. It's NU. But they'll give that to Manalang any day. He's not the best three-point shooter for UE.
Oxon, another quick trigger. That one will not go as Manalang is in a rush. Manalang against the taller Mosqueda. Now it's Suerte drawn by Chino. Suerte to Manalang for three. That's back-to-back triples for Philip Manalang.
Yeah, making me look bad, Nico.
Yes, bankable assist in the game para PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online, no collateral. He's putting some sriracha on your words, Enzo, so that when you eat them, it'll be a little appetizing.
Man, with Manalang, his first game back after missing, I think, one or two matches for UE, making his presence felt early.
Gaye off the bank will not go, was under the weather in the last game. He's seen a DNP coach's decision in this season. I'm sure that was a little disappointing for him personally. That was in the win against De La Salle, but he's out to reprove his mettle here. Philip, Tolentino, Abanto, corner three. Well-run play for UE. They're hot from outside, 9-2. Manulife Vision player of the game, the assist from Tolentino.
Slick ball movement right there. Good kick out by Manalang. Good swing to the corner. Abanto, not disappointing. Exactly the kind of start you want if you're Coach Lawrence Chongson.
Oxon, his third attempt from three.
Well, Oxon, when he was in high school for NU and for Chiang Kai-shek, he was known as a good shooter, but so far 0 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Dino joins the party. No, invite's not there. NU has not gotten anything off the half court. Apart from the transition basket from Dave, it has been slim pickings for the Bulldogs. Gaye puts it on the floor against Alex, and that is a titanic battle of muscle and might.
Foul, number 23, Alex.
Here's Suerte.
That's his
That's the first.
foul.
Oh, sorry, the second triple by Manala, and then here's their third triple as a team as Nick Abanto hit it from the corner. Oxon, fourth try, still no go. Oxon recovers the miss, drops it off to Minerva, it's telegraphed. Ball is loose, picked up by Rey Suerte, and it's live.
Good
Here's
pass.
Abanto, inside, 11-2 is the UE run. C2 fast break of the game.
And offensively, NU's just out of sync here. They're not able to get the ball to David Ildefonso's hands, settling for too many jump shots just like that one.
Gaye, offensive board still won't go.
NU needs to get tighter defense here.
Suerte gets away.
Oh.
Oh, but Tolentino had a path to the baseline, but had the ball go through his hands. Well, Coach Jamaica will not call for time here. Instead, will call for reinforcements as Galinato will take over point guard duties for Mosqueda. And Minerva will be replaced by the other Demolition brother, team captain Sean, now in the fold for NU.
Hopefully these shock troopers are gonna give some energy and sharpness and execution for the white shirts here.
Galinato blocked by Diakite. Here's Suerte. He draws Oxon. They give him the ISO. Suerte drives in. He'll take 2 free throws. Rey Suerte's eyes lit up when they switched and put the young Oxon on him.
Actually, pretty decent defense from Miguel Oxon. Just got that hack at the last second, puts Rey Suerte on the line for 2. NU, just a very sluggish start right here, in stark contrast to how they started against EU in that win a few days ago.
Well, that's a guy who knew a thing or two about scoring a lot in the red and white. Paul Lee took UE to the finals. That was the last time UE got close to the chip. He still has his UE shorts with him all the time. He might be wearing them right now. He's ready to go.
I wouldn't be surprised. One of the most famous products of the Red Warriors program, Paul Lee.
We're at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Sean Ildefonso to Galinato. Oxon will drive. Oxon will lose his footing. Ball is live. Galinato for 3. Diakite contests again. That's a miss, and it will go to the UE side of things as we step into a mandatory timeout. It is a hot start for the Red Warriors. They're up 12-2. 12-2 is the score as the Red Warriors, on the back of 3 3-point conversions, 2 from Manalang, 1 from Abanto, have put together a double-digit early advantage here. They have the leather and a chance to add to their 10-point lead. Diakite against Gaye, and Alex will lose that one off the tip of his fingers. A noble stand there by Isa.
Well, good D for Isa Gaye right there. Diakite still hasn't been able to have his or make his presence felt offensively, although defensively he's been doing well. 3 rebounds and 1 block already for the 6'9" Senegalese center for UE.
The JV Gallego is now in the mix as NU is searching for offense. Dave wants Tolentino by himself.
Good move.
Spin, 1-foot fade, can't get it to drop.
But that's exactly what NU needs to do. Get the ball in Dave Ildefonso's hands. UE's perimeter defenders have been doing a good job so far shadowing Dave Ildefonso. But NU has to be more deliberate in executing their offense. Get him the basketball. He's their #1 offensive weapon.
Well, that combination of Abanto and Tolentino, they're not going to see a whole lot of their names up in bright lights like the other UAAP stars as Gaye gets a sweeping layup to go. Much needed field goal for them, a Yamaha Mio #1 move. But defensively, Tolentino and Abanto, they are as formidable as they come when it comes to a duo of perimeter defenders.
Well, they're going to get in your face, and their length can give Ildefonso a lot of trouble out there in the perimeter.
Hindi napapagod eh.
That's true.
Abanto will lose that one. Will have his hand in the mix on the outlet pass and get the ball back for UE. Here's Manala.
Good pass.
To Diakite. Alex took the extra dribble and found an angle with the left hand.
Actually thought that was a bad move from Diakite, taking that extra dribble, as you said, Nico, but he just carved up so much space in the paint, still found a way to sink that basket.
Isa. Out to Dave. 10 to shoot.
Good pass.
Galinato blocked upstairs by Abanto.
Man.
Shot clock still going. 4 seconds to shoot. 3 seconds to shoot. Does JV know? Gallego with a fade. In, out, and Diakite with a pull down for UE.
UE's defense has been stout so far in the first quarter of this game. A big reason they're up by 10, and a big reason why NU's just been shooting really bad from the floor. 2 out of 16 so far in this matchup.
Oh, Tolentino got away. Lost it on the way up, but it was fouled on his initial try as Gaye tried to contest.
Number 14, John
Galinato will be whistled for the personal. Here's Manala leaving it off to Diakite.
Good drop-off pass there by Philip Manala. Good finish too by Alex Diakite. That was his first field goal of the game, as we see Tolentino on the line for the first time this afternoon.
First one's good for Neil Tolentino.
Tolentino, one of the highly touted recruits coming into the UE program this season.
Short on the second free throw, but he got his own miss as Manalang has 6 to work with. Philip and Alex, and that's going to be a foul on Enzo Hoson, who's fresh off the pine. 13 foul here for NU.
That's his first personal. Team foul number 3.
You see the perimeter scoring right now. He's got 11 perimeter points now for the Red Warriors, and still 0 for NU. A lot of those points, of course, coming off those 3 straight triples for UE because of good ball movement and good offensive execution.
Well, Gaye, the only starter left here for NU. UE's kept their first 5 in there, as that's the last foul to give here by NU. Next one puts UE at the stripe.
Good drive right here by Philip Manalang. Right, the foul from Sean Ildefonso. And that's something that Manalang loves to do. Drive into the heart of defense, attract the defenders, maybe get a foul or 2.
So NU already over the limit, my mistake. So that puts Philip on the line. And Manalang will see that one go in, out, and drop off the basket.
Manalang, of course, product, ironically, of the NU Bullpups program, Nico. I believe he's in his final year of eligibility already for the Red Warriors.
A senior. Has been the point guard for UE the last couple of seasons. Has seen his minutes diminish this year due to the addition of Jed Mendoza, but will have a whole lot of minutes here today. JLC drops it off. Hoson, little floater. That's much needed offense from NU as they get something off the half court.
Good read by Enzo Hoson, seeing the open seam in the middle of the UE defense. He's always been a stable point guard, even when he was in high school for the Blue Eaglets before moving to NU.
Suerte, just 1 point for him so far. Ray Suerte attacks. Gallego with a good stand on defense. JV sends it ahead. JLC with a touchdown. Yellow Cab end-to-end play of the game.
Nice two-way play from JV Gallego. Good defense on Suerte on one end. Good lead pass on the other for that easy two for JLC.
Tolentino against Clemente. Will hand it off. Here's Manalang. JLC will stay on the ball. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with UE with 3.4 to shoot. Check out that nice little handoff action. And before Yaquipe had a chance to jump, floater was up and through. And on the other side, before Yaquipe could sprint back down on defense, Clemente already had a perfect angle for a layup.
And NU's second stringers, their bench guys, giving a lot of energy, providing a big spark on the floor right now for Coach Jamaica. We see the turnovers right now, 5 for UE, only 3 for NU. But the question for NU has been, can they execute well offensively? So far, the last 2 trips down the floor, they've been able to do that. Hopefully, for the Bulldogs, they'll be able to continue doing that with consistency throughout the game.
Manalang airmails that 3. Well, that's what we said. You know, that's why we pointed out the starters. Lawrence put out what more or less is his best 5 already. Coach Jamaica, mas malalim yung paghuhugutan ni Coach Jamaica. The UE Red Warriors, a much younger team, a much fresher team. But NU has a lot of vets that has seen UAAP action before that maybe aren't as fazed by 10-point deficits as much. Gallego has been a good find off the bench. Hoson and JLC have contributed as well. Manalang with a circus layup. And have yourself a game, Philip Manalang, as Mike Malonzo slipped. By the way, the move by Manalang ay Jollibee 100% the amazing move of the quarter. Sean, he's got that shot. Ildefonso, no go.
That was a good look for Ildefonso. Good pass by Gallego right there on the kick out. Ildefonso just could not knock it down. But how about that layup on the other end by Philip Manalang? Nico Dipsy-do. And he's been leading the charge for the Red Warriors here.
Well, he's got 9 in the first. If you're NU and you're looking at that, you let Philip Manalang put 9 on you in the first period. You don't need a whole lot of explaining why you're down 10. And that's a shot clock violation as UE got a little too fancy with it. Will leave 6 even on the game clock for NU to work with.
That's been the inconsistency that's been plaguing UE throughout the season. They play well in spurts, but throughout, you know, an entire 40-minute game, you have to play well consistently on both ends. And that particular sequence, just not a lot of ball movement for UE, resulting in that 24-second violation for the Red Warriors.
Anteporta will check in and give Manalang a rest. Here's Gallego. Gallego gets bumped. And that's a wise foul there by Anteporta. They had a foul to give, but if they're going to give Gallego, it looks like they are.
Yes.
They're going to give him free throws.
They're going to count that as a shooting foul.
So the foul was about a half beat too late.
By Malonzo, John Galinato shooting 2 free throws, JV Gallego.
Gallego will get to the stripe. Trying to make this at least a double-digit output for NU in the first period, but short arms that one.
Gallego, a couple of seasons ago, one of the most hotly recruited high school players coming out of Chiang Kai-shek. Former player for the Philippine youth team as well.
1.2 seconds left as UE will have a final crack at the hoop. There's a wild throw straight in the hands of Sean Ildefonso. The heat goes!
Hello!
Oh, what a three by Sean Ildefonso. As that was a much-needed highlight by NU.
Let's see, that's a bad pass from UE. And I think it's good.
Oh, that's good.
That is good, Nico.
That is as good as it can get. And Sean immediately, in his shot, he celebrated.
Good.
This isn't a quarter to celebrate. The captain immediately apologized to his coach. But we got a game after all. The first quarter wraps up 18-12. UE up 6. The Bulldogs and the Warriors heading into the second period as Sean Ildefonso's half-court heave became NU's first conversion from the three-point line. They were 0 for 6 before that, and their first one came from more than halfway around the court, but they'll take it because they needed it.
Oh, for sure. They're down by 6 now. They could have been down by 9. But Ildefonso's last second heave was good for NU.
Clemente as NU runs the weave. It ends up with Gallego. Gallego with a head of steam.
Oh,
Gallego goes to his offhand. That will not go. The fight here by Malonzo keeps the ball on the NU side of things.
Thought that was a good drive by Gallego, going strong to the basket.
JV with a spin, and JV will draw a foul. If you don't know much about JV Gallego, and while there is so much more to him as a student, as a young man, and as an NU Bulldog for sure, the lowdown on JV Gallego is this. He scores.
Yeah.
He likes it, and they let him. That's pretty much the long and short of it with JV Gallego. JV off to Sean. Sean with a ball fake. Sean drives inside.
Oh, good drive.
And Sean Ildefonso injects that one right through the hoop. What a flicks, kakaibang move.
And what makes Ildefonso so good is whenever he matches up at the 4 spot, Nico, he's usually a little smaller than the guys he's matched up against. But as we see here, he can blow by the defenders quite easily. Great footwork from Sean Ildefonso.
Sean Ildefonso turns 22 tomorrow. Wants to have a nice celebration as that is airmailed by Harvey Pagsanhan. Gallego, oh,
nice.
Offhand
Nice.
with contact. JV Gallego with a deuce.
Man.
And here comes NU.
Such a shifty point guard. Good break in his speed in transition, and then after the crossover, another burst of speed to go to the basket.
Abanto hands it off. Harvey, Antiporda for three. Corner three is good for Antiporda.
Good find by Pagsahan. Antiporda open in the corner. Does not disappoint. That is the fourth triple now for the University of the East.
Clemente, the JV. Gallego in a rhythm here. Uses the screen. That's a good screen set by Malonzo. Allowed Gallego to fetch the personal. Check it out on the McDonald's instant replay. Hezi, cross, see you later.
A slick Hezi into cross, like you said, Nico. Good move from JV Gallego.
Only made better by the long flowing hair.
National University
And you will whistle for time. They're only down by 5. We alluded to it earlier, and this is how the dream first half of UE ended very quickly. They were woken up very abruptly by the Tap Baldwin alarm clock.
That was in the third quarter. That was a nightmare of a third quarter for UE in the last game. Outscored by 20 after they led by 1 point at the half. And if you're UE, the lesson there is you can't have many down moments in a 40-minute game, especially against the champions. And they're experiencing that here against NU after a big start. Their lead has dwindled to just 5 points now, Nico.
And Dave Ildefonso is back on the floor, so is Rey Suerte. So both main guns locked and loaded. Antiporda gets into Abanto, seen a lot of minutes here in this first half. They pin down for Suerte. Ray gets inside, squeaks closer, will not go, and he cannot control the offensive board. And it goes back NU's way.
I thought UE executed well, trying to get the ball to Ray Suerte coming off that elevator screen. And Suerte with a good move just could not finish. Ray Suerte not having the best of afternoon so far. I think he's 0 for 2 from the field already.
Gallego to the basket.
Nice.
And JV
Man.
Gallego goes past the trees and kisses that one off the glass for 2.
JV Gallego, Nico, he's been playing like a man possessed this afternoon for NU, coming off the bench. Already scoring a bunch of points for Coach Jamaica Rin's crew.
Pagsanhan has it. They go downstairs. Jaquite had the advantage on Sean. And it will not be long before Isagaye comes back in this game, we presume, as Jaquite gets the uncontested 2. Gallego will use the screen by Sean. JV, pull up, jumper up, jumper will
Wow.
drop. I told you, he's a man of many skills,
Man.
many interests, but if you look under his skin, engraved into it by the creator himself, what is written there is, I love to score,
Yes.
I will score, let me score.
Give me my points, and that's what he's been doing. 7 points right now for JV Gallego off the pine.
He's a bucket. That's some guys are just walking buckets. JV Gallego's one of those dudes. Here's John Lloyd Clemente, JLC for 3, in and out. A quick trigger on the transition opportunity for Clemente. Would have tied the game. But here's that easy seal by Jaquite, and for all of Sean Ildefonso's strength, Alex Jaquite is just a tough matchup for anyone.
Yeah, just too big, too wide, too tall. Sean Ildefonso giving up maybe about 7 inches against Jaquite, and Jaquite is maybe like twice his width.
I know that Sean Ildefonso is a product not just of, you know, the Danny I genes, but also of the Steve Rogers machine that created Captain America. But I mean, come on, you can only ask so much of him.
And that's why Guy is back on the floor now for NU, Nico, trying to...
And even he looks like he's not having an easy time.
I mean, look at the heft on Jaquite.
Oh, and Antiporta hits another threes. Another 3. 2 big threes from Antiporta this quarter. Keeps UE ahead by 6.
He's been the fireman for UE right now. Antiporta, 6
JV
points.
For 3, Gallego, no. And that one will stay with NU after Clemente interrupted the rebound. And he made sure that Leon Lorenzana couldn't get a good handle on it. Well, that's just too much space.
Yes. That's bad ball screen defense, in particular from Isa Gaya. Bad communication between him and I think it was JV Gallego guarding Antiporta in that sequence.
Clemente. They give it to JV. Plays broken down here. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Lobs it up to Isa, and Isa will lose it.
I thought that was a pretty good pass from Gallego. Gaya just did not have the handles to be able to attack the basket, go up strong. Turnover NU, I believe that is their 4th turnover of the game already.
Magpapahinga si Sean Ildefonso as Manny Mangayaw comes in. Manalang staring at Alex Jaquite, finally gets him the entry pass. 12 to work with. Alex looking for the cutters. That pass a little too high for Lorenzana.
And I think that's Jaquite being placed too high in the offensive sequence for UE. You'd love for him to be about 5 feet closer to the basket where he can work his magic.
Clemente drives, up fake, fly by, off the bank, way too high, and it comes back UE's way. Gatorade hydration checkpoint. We find Alex Jaquite rolling downhill, spinning against the defense and kissing it off the bank. A beautiful, graceful move for Alex Jaquite, gets them back up by double digits. And it is 28-20, my mistake, at the 4:54 mark here in the second period. We'll be back after this. Let's check out the BDO coach's winning ways of Coach Jamaic Harin. And you know, there's a lot of criteria, Enzo, as to what makes for a good basketball coach, most especially what makes a good collegiate basketball coach, as you drives to the basket and gets the layup to go. You want to talk about developing young men into better men and really having a connection with them, not just as player and coach, but you know, as a role model, as a father figure. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone better than Jamaic Harin and how his relationship has been with these NU Bulldogs.
Well, for sure, especially his relationship with the Ildefonso brothers. he's been able to, to see those guys, handle them, especially in their younger years in high school. So, he's had a profound impact on many of these young guys, these Bulldogs right here.
Here's Dave, leaves it for Mosqueda, extra pass, and that's
Wow.
5 points off the bench.
Talking about a spark from the second unit.
Jollibee 100%, the amazing move of the quarter. As Patrick Yu gives him 5 in a hurry. We'll be back after this. .406 left as Troy Rosario is in attendance, a UAAP champion with the National University. Manalang back in the fold, drop pass to Abanto, and that will be an out-of-bounds violation by Neil Tolentino as the size 12s
Out of bounds, stepping on the
stepped
line.
on the sideline. Oh, we got a great look at it here.
There you go, that right toe grazes the sideline right there.
He could be wearing a size 7 and he'd still be out of bounds. I thought he grazed it, my bad. Another 3. That one a little short. They'll give him that after the 5-point explosion he had off the bench.
Well, Patrick Yu averaging just 5 points now after averaging 1.7 entering this game. In his first season in the UAAP, fresh out of high school from Ateneo de Cebu. Just like his older brother, Dave Yu.
Oh, the skill set. It runs in the blood.
Yes.
Both dead shots from the outside. So is that guy, but Rey Suerte goes ringless, but not the good kind. As it has not been a pleasant afternoon for Rey Suerte.
Rey Suerte now 0 for 3 from the floor. That was good ball movement by UE.
Well, there's the OG one and done. Troy Reich in attendance.
Well, he kind of opened the door for a lot of one and dones for this season, Nico.
Well, they call it the Troy Reich rule. They don't call it the Troy Reich rule for nothing.
There you go.
There is, however, that never dying urban myth that BJ Manalo was supposed to return to his alma mater before, but I'll let you guys find BJ somewhere to confirm or deny whether he actually had plans of those or not.
Well, I could say some. BJ was my batchmate in high school, Nico. So we've had some.
No, but you will be quoted, huh? So
we've had some conversations about what you term as the urban myth, but I'll just keep those thoughts to myself.
that would be my legal advice for you as your non-lawyer lawyer. What I will tell you is yes, maybe keep that to yourself. It will stay with UE with 13 to shoot, 2:52 left. NU has once again cut it to within a single possession. The last time they did this, UE opened up another 10-point lead.
Oh, good play.
Oh, and that's as easy as it'll get for Alex Diakite.
Good back speed for the big man, sliding into the slot, and easy 2 for Diakite. Dousing some water on that run by NU.
Yu puts it on the floor. Yu finds Mosqueda, and Chino could not handle.
I thought that was a good, good idea from Yu. Mosqueda, I'm not sure if he was expecting the pass. Good back screen by Manalang here. Good spin to the baseline by Diakite. Gaya did not expect it. Slow to adjust and easy 2 points for Alex Diakite.
Will take over point guard duties. Jonas Tibayan is on the floor as well for NU as they try and trap UE here in the backcourt. And Abanto barely gets it across. He's got a full head of steam now as Tolentino gets that off the bank, and Diakite is in the right spot for the offensive rebound.
And I think 2 or 3 white shirts in that sequence caught ball watching after Tolentino's shot. Nobody boxing out Diakite. Easy put back for the big man.
Enzo couldn't get it to Dave. Gaye. Back out to Enzo. Well, Defonso's out on an island. He's not even part of this offense as Tolentino continues to deny Dave, but the explosion from Patrick Yu continues.
The second stringers for NU stepping up big time in this game. Earlier it was JV Gallego, now Patrick Yu, providing a lot of offense from the bench for Coach Jamai Karin.
And Yu with a trapping defense leaves Tolentino open for 3. That'll drop for Neil Tolentino.
So that is 3-pointer number 6 for the Recto Quintet. Unorthodox looking shot from Tolentino, but they're going to take it back up by 8 points.
They count all the same.
That's true.
Although I bet you if he takes another one, they'll let him shoot it. Hoson for 3
Whoa.
as Enzo gets it back.
Not the best executed offensive set right there, but anytime you leave too much space when you're going up against Enzo Hoson, he can make you pay. He has that outside shot.
Back to a 5-point game. Here Suerte gets the first step. Ray against 3. He'll be fouled and he'll have to take his points from the stripe.
Well, you got to give props to Ray Suerte. Even if he's been ice cold offensively, he's still on attack mode, and anytime you're like that, you will get rewarded, as we see numbers for Alex Diakite right now. 10 points, perfect from the floor, 5 out of 5, 6 rebounds. Although he has 4 turnovers already, but UE will take those trade-offs right now. They are up by 5 points with Suerte on the line.
That's his second missed free throw of the day. Only has 1 point so far.
This is the 3rd leading scorer in the league, Nico. 18.3 points per game entering this matchup.
Well, Dave Ildefonso's pretty much right at around that also. And he and Suerte have tied for 2 points each. So it's just a matter of time before one or not both of those guys get going. As Tibayan works hard for the reverse stab.
Jonas Tibayan getting good position on Nick Abanto on the offensive glass there. Great reverse layup from Jonas Tibayan.
Abanto to Diakite. They had Tolentino open underneath, and Diakite goes on a fishing expedition. Catches himself a pretty big one as Isagaye is charged with a personal.
Nice put back from Jonas Tibayan. He's not the biggest forward out there, but he has a nose for the basketball and can finish really well around the basket.
Well, Patrick used 7 points today. That equals his season output prior to today. So in the first 6 games, he scored a total of 7 points. In the 7th game, he scores 7. A chance to make it 10. Nope. Ball is being tapped around. Yu gets it. Yu off the bank. Still no go. Ildefonso gets it. That one a little short. Oh, and Yu had a bunch of chances. Here's Tolentino. Oh, hurried that shot. For reasons unbeknownst to anyone.
Helter-skelter basketball right now. Up and down we go, back and forth we go. Missed chances, missed gimmies for both UE and NU.
Neither team happy about that last sequence. We'll take this time out and be back with the final 6.4. 37-32 is what the big board reads as what has been a fun first 20 minutes for us here, Enzo. And
well, fun is a good adjective, yeah. I mean, up and down, the young studs of both teams just have no qualms running up and down the hardwood here at the Araneta Coliseum.
Abanto finds Jaquite on the cross match. Jaquite spun, may have taken an extra step there, and that's what the referees catch him doing. 1.7 left, and Coach Jamaica can't take this time out in the second half, so might as well whistle for it here. We'll be back with the final 1.7 after this. Oh, that is Mr. Rod Roque from the UE Brain Trust. As Enzo Hoson will trigger in. They had a buzzer beater to end the first. Dave Ildefonso will not get that one to drop, and they'll have to settle for being down 5, 37-32 after the first 20 minutes of action. It's been fun, it's been up and down, and we expect it to remain that way when we return for the second half here on SNA. Welcome to the half, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Araneta Coliseum and we are halfway through NU versus UE as we try to go around the Coliseum and maybe meet our PS Bankable fan of the game. Deposit checks in a snap with PS Bank Mobile. Download now. The UE fans, they got off to an electric start to this game and they've maintained their lead. That's why a lot of them, including their drumline on the floor, are very happy here at the half. Kapamilya, commute warrior ka ba sa ABS-CBN TV Plus Go? Maso-survive mo ng stress ng araw-araw na traffic, haba ng pila at hassle ng commute. Catch the UAAP live as it airs. No data charges while watching. Follow TV Plus Go on Facebook to know more. Also, we invite you to show some support for your team as we encourage you to shop now for official licensed UAAP merchandise at www.uaapstore.com. Again, the website is www.uaapstore.com. And make sure that you catch all the UAAP 82 men's basketball action on iWant. Just download the iWant app or go to iwant.ph/sports and watch the games live and on replay anytime, anywhere. Taking a break. When we come back, we got the numbers for you as the Hoop Nut will break down the stats. And we'll hear from our courtside reporters more of NU and UE after this. Big board reads 3-2, 3-7 as we show you the score at the half, and we also present to you on center court, without question, the best conditioned athletes in all of the UAAP. That is the NU Pep Squad. I'm not sure what the Neta rule on firearms is, but the gun show is here. The abdominal weapons are here for the NU Pep Squad as they get set for their CDC competition title defense. But the basketball action that they're cheering for has been equally as exciting as their NU Bulldogs have trimmed what was a 12-point deficit into a 5-point deficit, 32-37 behind a very impressive second and third string performance by their non-starters.
Well, that's true, Nico. NU has drawn a lot of production from bench players here. In fact, their top 5 scorers in that first half are all coming off the bench. But for UE, it's been Alex Diakite, Philip Manalang. They've been carrying the scoring load for the Red Warriors so far this afternoon.
And, you know, it was on the heels of this half-court heave by Sean Ildefonso. And the NU's reaction to it, that, you know, they really started to turn the tide a little bit, because UE looked for a second there that they were going to run away with this game in that first period.
Well, for sparked that the second quarter surge for the NU Bulldogs, anchored on Ildefonso, JV Gallego, Patrick Wilson-Yu coming off the bench as well, hitting a bunch of shots. So that's a good sign for NU that they can depend on their second stringers for some offense. But if they're going to upend UE this afternoon, they're big guns. We're talking about Dave Ildefonso, talking about Isa Gaya. These guys have to show up as well.
Dave Ildefonso, he has 2 points. Those came very early in the game and used first 2 baskets. And Rey Suerte has been 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So neither of those 2 aces have really gotten going here. And you get a feeling that whichever one of them ends up with a better individual output will maybe just edge their team to victory as we take a look at the number story.
Well, great start for UE. As you see, obviously, great shooting for Coach Lawrence Chongson, anchored and very sharp execution, generally speaking, for the Warriors. Good ball movement, resulting in 9 assists for them, 6 threes already for UE. Of course, the bad thing there is turn the ball over 11 times already for UE. You see the leading scorer here, Alex Diakite, with 11 points right now for the Red Warriors. On the other end, it's Patrick Wilson-Yu, the rookie for NU, matching his season total entering the game, 7 points. 7 points in the first half already for Patrick Wilson-Yu for NU.
All right, let's go to Bailey's Akot, who has more on the NU side of things. He's fresh from that Bulldog dugout. Go ahead, Bailey's, what you got?
Nico and Enzo, the Bulldogs started too hard, too much, and started being aggressive in the first quarter. But nagkanya-kanya sila, sabi ni Coach Jamaica rin. But with Sean Ildefonso's 3, that boosted the confidence of the team. The team gained more confidence and got the momentum back to them. And with Sean Ildefonso's 3, he actually celebrated right after and calmed himself down and to regain the focus and the momentum back to the team. The Bulldogs were told not to back down on the UE Red Warriors, especially to Alex Diakite. And Coach Jamaica is looking for the cohesiveness and the composure that the Bulldogs showed last game. Now, the NU Bulldogs look to not only bring a win to the NU community, but also to bring a birthday gift for the team captain, Sean Ildefonso. Nico and Enzo.
Well, thanks a lot, Bailey's. You know, we are getting closer to the restarting this game, and you know their defensive focus on Rey Suerte, while very admirable, it also has left you know, a couple of holes open for those other Red Warriors to step in and take advantage of the attention on Suerte, and that's what you know, has helped UE get the 5-point advantage here at the half. Jamie Escalon is also fresh from the dugout on the Red Warrior side of things. He has more. Go ahead, Jaime.
Nico and Enzo, you know, we had a special guest come in for today's game, and his name is Paulie. Might sound familiar, former King Warrior. And he spoke to the team and he said 2 things. 1, don't forget to have fun and to play hard. And I think his message worked in the first half after being up by 5. But despite being up by 5, Coach Lawrence Chongson reminded the boys that we have been in this situation before, which is why he wants them to learn from those past lessons. But one thing that has been bugging the coaching staff are those box outs. They said that they gave up too many possessions, leading to open buckets for the NU Bulldogs. So we'll see if the UE Red Warriors can finish strong and notch that second win in the second half. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, thanks a lot, Jaime Noenzo. I know a thing or two about what it is to be in a UE halftime huddle with Paul Lee. There's probably snacks involved, so that's the part that Jaime left out. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the third quarter after this. Coho creating beautiful plays. The spark off the bench was Pat Wilson Yu. And they have made sure to find him, to feed him. And he's rewarded the trust. 7 points off the bench. As you said, Enzo, that matches his total for the season. And when your main guns aren't going, it's always important to be able to find ways to bridge the gap. Kung kailan, it's just a matter of time. Iinit at iinit eh. Yung Dave Ildefonso, yung John Lloyd Clemente, Sean Ildefonso, Isa Gaya, your main guns. But while you're waiting for that, while you're warming them up, it's important to have the Gallegos and, you know, to have the Pat Wilson Hughes there to make sure that you don't get left behind too much.
That's true, and as you mentioned, Gallego and Yu already combining for 12 points off the bench. For the NU Bulldogs, definitely a big reason why they are trailing by just 5 points after UE built a lead of as big as 12 in the first 20 minutes of action here at the Araneta Coliseum. We'll see if NU's main guys can finally wake up here and turn the tables on the Red Warriors.
Well, UE loved what their starting five brought them, so they're back on the floor to start the third. As far as NU goes, only Gaye and Dave Ildefonso stay from that initial first five, as Gallego, Sean Ildefonso, and Enzo Hoson are now on the floor for the Bulldogs to start the second half. Abanto open for three. Abanto will miss.
Well, that open three has hurt NU so far in this game. UE's hit 6 from beyond the arc. Quite fortunate for NU that Abanto missed in that sequence there.
Hoson did a good job getting the NU offense started early. It gets them this look from JV Gallego.
He's not done.
Stays hot.
He is not done, Nico. Gallego now with 8 points. That is his first triple of the afternoon, and he is waxing hot for Coach Jamaica Arin.
And he draws the assignment on Rey Suerte on the other side. Abanto, that pass way too high. Yakita didn't even try.
Good find here by Hoson. Drive and kick. And Suerte just caught napping on defense right there as Gallego lifted the wing for the open three.
Hoson to Sean. Sean against Abanto will hand it off. Dave, crossover inside. Dave had a shot at it maybe. Gets it off to Hoson. Hoson drives inside. That'll be a charge as Philip Manalang comes down, clutches his left knee, but seems to be all right. That's going to be the third personal on Hoson.
See this drive, and look at the left shoulder. Left forearm, rather, nudging the chest of Philip Manalang in that sequence. Anytime you make that kind of motion as an offensive player, you put yourself at risk of receiving an offensive foul call from the referee.
Oh, and the ref was right on top of that play. Had perfect line of vision for it. And NU still trapping UE. Hoson with a gamble. Abando finds it down. Abanto tried to get it over to Rey Suerte,
12 seconds on the shot clock.
but Nick did not get the assist as Suerte was not able to handle. Their lead now down to 2:37:35. Suerte, in the sky
good
play
pass.
for Neil Tolentino, and
Tolentino.
their baseline inbound plays have been great. Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play. Earlier it was an easy layup for Diakite, now an easy lob for Tolentino as Abanto gets a steal. Manalang to Nick, Abanto will complete the fast break.
Abanto.
Good steal by Abanto, getting rewarded with a nice drop pass from Philip Manalang. Well executed 2-on-1 fast break for UE.
Every time NU comes knocking at the door, UE has an answer, and not the kind that NU likes. Gallego turns opposite fade, no, Diakite with the rebound.
Good defense from UE right there. We'll see if they can execute offensively here. Increase their lead by as much as 9 points. Maybe.
Here's Suerte. Suerte with a wild pass. It ends up with Philip Manalang for 3 off to the left. Abanto with a rebound. Suerte thought about the 3. Dribbles in, gets into Abanto, mid-ranger that will not drop, and Isagaye will collect.
Not the best defensive stand right there for NU, giving up an offensive rebound and 2 open shots.
Oh, that one slipped off the hands of Dave Ildefonso on the crossover. Here's Diakite. Will be charged with an offensive foul.
Wow.
Sean Ildefonso caught the contact.
That's a foul, number 23.
Interesting call right there. I initially thought Ildefonso might not have had settled on his defensive position in that sequence. As you see this nice alley-oop layup play off the baseline. This good drop pass right here. Nice pass from Manala. Good finish by Abanto.
Oh, what did we say about Nick Abanto and Neil Tolentino? They will not get tired on you. You cannot bet on fatigue as a way to slow them down as Diakite blocks Gallego.
You get the feeling that NU's offensive rhythm just in a funk right now.
Diakite inside against Gaye. Kinayod ni Alex Diakite and it works for 2. Yamaha Mio, #1 move for the UE bid.
And again, the size of Diakite just giving Isagaye fits in the paint.
Gallego drives in. Gallego with the offhand back rim. Gaye can't get the follow-up to go. It stays with NU and it's tapped out of bounds. It will remain with the Bulldogs as Gaye was active on the offensive glass. So Enzo once again. Lead was cut down to 2. Now it's back up to 8. Dave drives in, tries to pass, another turnover. And Hoson will telegraph that one as the pass was tipped by JV Gallego. Here's Ildefonso to JV on the spin. Gallego out to Dave. Dave for 3. Short.
Well, Dave's just out of rhythm right now for NU. He's been a little too hesitant on those drives and his shot not looking good.
Suerte finds some space underneath. Asking for a foul, won't get it. Ball is live as Gallego sends Suerte flying. Action still going as Sean Ildefonso has it with 12 to play. Hoson with 8 now. Enzo to Sean. Sean will drive in. Ildefonso will try to power it through. Gets the offensive rebound. And he wins that battle with Alex Giacchetti with a points in the paint.
And every time NU needs, a big spark of energy, Sean Ildefonso is there to provide that for the white shirts. Going up strong against a guy who's maybe 7-8 inches taller than him. Doesn't mind at all. Great fake right here, blowing by Neil Tolentino. Good challenge by Diakite, but no one there to box Ildefonso out offensively. Gets the putback.
So that's going to end up on Sean's Instagram with a bunch of syringe emojis.
Well, you love the upper body strength of Sean Ildefonso. Man, I mean, he's ripped as heck. Look at the numbers of Rey Suerte right now. 0 of 4 from the field.
No field goals. Both those points coming off of 2 split trips from the charity stripe. Manalang with Diakite for 3. Alex will not get that one. Here's Sean on the run, going downhill. Ildefonso. He'll find Gallego, who drives in, and Ildefonso with another offensive rebound and cleanup.
And that's on UE's transition D right there, Nico. Guys just not coming back down on defense as fast as they can.
Oh, and it looks like it's JV Gallego who's on the floor. I think he got hit in the face, so we're going to want to see where that contact happened. But JV is spinning around. Looks like he is in immense pain.
Yeah. Not even able to sit up or stand up right now. You'd like to see what exactly happened to Gallego after he drove to the basket.
So it was his attempt that was rebounded by Ildefonso.
Yes. But he went up strong, missed the layup. He's pointing to, I'm not sure if it's his ankle or
something with his lower extremities. I think it's something on his right leg. That's the knee, the ankle.
We'll see here. He
He's
goes up
trying
strong.
to walk it off here. As he lands right there, he seems fine there.
It might be his left ankle. Goes up strong.
When he landed, it did not look like. Oh, so there it is. He favored it right away, but he was still looking back. Took a couple of steps, see if he made the shot. And then the pain just became a little too much for him to bear. But back to the action. As you check out the offensive rebounding story here, NU has almost tripled up UE here. They get a stop by 8-second violation variety.
Well, that's a big reason why NU has 10-second chance points right now.
We're at the Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Ball in the hands of Dave Ildefonso. Dave from 15 gets it to Oxon, and Oxon finally, after missing his first 4 attempts from 3, gets that one to drop. It brings NU to within 1 and brings Lawrence Chongson to this timeout. Well, there's Coach Lawrence Chongson. And he's trying to rally his troops. BDO coaches winning ways. They're trying to get a little bit of this momentum back on their side. Their lead is down to 1. And NU is doing this against the starters of UE, and once again UE can't get it past half court as they force another turnover fresh off a timeout.
And this demonstrates good coaching from Coach Jamai Karin right off the timeout. Great pressure defense full court for NU, resulting in that turnover against UE.
Oh, but they throw it back. UE on the break, they leave it. Yakite and Alex will not miss from that close. A missed opportunity for NU.
When your big man runs the floor, Philip Manalang rewarding Yakite on the break right there.
Minerva, got slapped in the face,
wow,
but gets the bruise and a deuce. A 3-point play opportunity.
Down the basket. Number 15, Philip Manalang. That's his second
Check it out
personal.
on the McDonald's
Number
instant
3,
replay. Here's a drop pass by Dave Ildefonso and RJ Minerva. Enough focus. Well, we saw that happen yesterday to Renza Bando.
Yes.
Renza Bando only lost half a tooth.
Chipped it
Still
too.
managed to finish the layup. I think RJ, oh sorry, yeah, I think that, sorry, it's
Mike
Malonzo.
Malonzo.
I think Malonzo saw that play and said, well, if Renz can make it,
Maybe I can too.
I should. As the Ildefonso brothers convert for that block on Tolentino. Sean to Oxon. Dave gets it over to Mike. Dave Ildefonso spins away to Chino. Back to Dave. He'll have 8 to work with. Dave for 3. Airmail.
And there's just really something off about the pulse, the shooting pulse of Dave Ildefonso today. His shots are way off.
They're making him work for it.
Yeah, well, the defense of UE has really been good. Every time he gets a basketball, there's an automatic soft double team on Dave Ildefonso, forcing him to give up the basketball to his teammates.
Well, you saw the starter points, 39-7. NU's gotten their production from their bench. But they got to take some confidence knowing that they're putting on this run against the starting unit.
Good defense here by NU.
Yakita gets rid of it. Suerte inside, drops it off. That will be a foul and 1.
Wow.
Tolentino.
PS Bankable assist of the game from Ray Suerte. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maaasahan. Apply online, no collateral.
29, Mike Malonzo.
And so, question, kailan mapapagod si Neil Tolentino?
Never.
That is the correct answer, sir.
And credit to Ray Suerte. He hasn't been scoring, but he's been found in different ways to contribute to UE. That is, I believe, assist number 5 already for Ray Suerte. So even if he's not putting points or a lot of points on the board, he's getting his teammates involved. Neil Tolentino right now, 8 points for Neil Tolentino, 8 points and 2 rebounds. And he's stepping up for the red shirts.
Well, that guy is just as valuable as any high-volume scorer or any dominant big man. An energy guy like that who's willing to play defense and who takes pride in his defense is about as rare as they come.
And you look at the assists comparison here, Nico. Ray Suerte as an individual, 5 assists already. And you as a team, just 6.
Oh yeah, but timeout here as UE will whistle for time. They're up by 2. The UE Red Warriors able to stay ahead here of NU. So NU, once again, they put together a run. Kanina, Enzo, they bring it down to 2, they bring it down to 3. Itong fudgy bar, O-bar sa saya celebration by UE is because, well, every time ginagawa ng NU yun, in the last occasion na tabla pa nila sa 45, may sagot at may sagot yung UE.
And most of the time, it's been Neil Tolentino dousing water on those NU flames
Oh, and Jem comes into the game and does what he does best.
Wow.
If there's one thing you need to know about Jem Cruz, here's the scouting report. He loves threes.
And we saw just how much instant offense off the bench from Cruz right there.
Oxon can't answer. 5-point UE lead. They have a chance to rebuild that lead. Was at a high of 12 earlier. Here's Suerte.
A good move.
What a move.
Good move.
That's his first field goal of the game. Came in the block. Came via a Jollibee 100%. The amazing move of the quarter.
Using his veteran smarts right there against the rookie Miguel Oxon, backing him down with a lot of patience.
Oh, and Sean Ildefonso. You want to talk about grown man moves? We have one-on-one end with Rey Suerte using grown man smarts. On the other end, Sean Ildefonso, just grown man brute strength. It is not a boys' league, folks. Alex inside.
Wow.
Dave tried to pull that away, and that's enough for Diakite to miss.
And I feel for the NU guys in the paint who've had to guard Diakite. Man, so big.
Oxon out to Sean. Sean for three, short. Suerte will come away with it, and Rey is going downhill. Deporta will set the table. They wait for Alex. No Isagaye on the floor. They look to exploit that with Diakite going straight to the block. They're going to whistle a double dribble on Alex Diakite. So it doesn't matter how you get it done, young Mike Malonzo. You got it done on that trip.
Dribbling violation right there. You see the numbers of Philip Manalang. Started waxing hot in the first quarter with 9 points. Since then, though, no score for him. But look at the efficiency as a floor general for UE. 6 assists in 23 minutes, 0 turnovers for the veteran playmaker Philip Manalang.
And considering NU's put on a press in the backcourt, anytime it's not in the hands of Manalang, NU lights up and sees an opportunity for a takeaway. Here's Dave Ildefonso. Mosqueda. Mosqueda went away from the three, dropped it off to Malonzo. It ends up with Dave. Dave drive, will leave it for Malonzo against Diakite. No, the tap. Mosqueda recovers. Here's Dave. 10 to shoot. Ildefonso drives baseline. Ildefonso, kick out. John Lloyd. No. That tapped out, and Mike Malonzo, oh, what an incredible job he's done as he bounces it off of a Red Warrior leg.
Coach Lawrence livid on the sidelines right now. Does not agree with the call, but also probably very unhappy with how his team has not been boxing out well in the paint.
A 5-point lead for UE takes us into this timeout. Well, the shrieks you're hearing are because we just showed Richie Rivero, Juan Gomez de Leaño,
Them Fighting Maroons.
Javi Gomez de Leaño, and the rest of the UP Fighting Maroons. At 4 p.m., they take on those guys. Two-time defending champion Ateneo de Manila Blue Blue Eagles. As 30 wants BJ to always be camera ready. Back to the action. Suerte to the basket.
Wow.
Goes to the other end.
Here we go. Ray Suerte now.
Excuse me, Mr. Suerte, master play of the game. I was still calling out the cameos on the sidelines, but you thought it would be best to
Don't chill, Nico, for Ray Suerte.
go ahead and get 2 points in about 2.3 seconds. Mosqueda in the post. Almost a turnover by NU. Dave's got to go quick. Ildefonso, fadeaway jumper will not drop. And Manalang will be fouled by Clemente on the rebound.
Dave Ildefonso, by my count, 1 out of 7 from the field right now, Nico. And NU's their chances. They've actually had 61 attempts from the field right now. But Dave Ildefonso, look at those numbers. 1 out of 7 from the field. 5 turnovers for him entering this game. 18 points per contest right now. A dismal 2 points to show for Dave Ildefonso as we see JV Gallego right there. He is holding on to, if I'm not mistaken, that left heel.
They're saying it's a heel contusion. That's why we're trying to ice that part of his foot. But Enzo earlier we said at the half, 2 points for Suerte, then 2 points for Ildefonso, and we said whichever one of these guys gets going first is really going to be a key element into who's going to have enough at the end to push their team ahead. And so far that's been Ray Suerte. And Isagaya and his performance has not helped the NU cause either, as he's 8 points behind average so far.
And the question is, how far can this second string unit of NU take their team?
Especially with Gallego stepping out.
And here's that soft double by UE we've been talking about, Nico.
Dave gets a good look, and Ildefonso, oh, he wanted that one back.
But the UE defense has just been so disciplined to hound Ildefonso at every step of the way. NU has not been able to adjust fully to that kind of defensive stand from the Red Warriors.
Yakite underneath, and they will call a foul on Malonzo. As Coach Jamaica is really rolling the dice here with this small lineup. Malonzo's been good.
Malonzo, that's his third personal.
He's tried his best, getting stops. Earlier forced a double dribble on Yakite, but the quick spin there by Alex, enough to catch Mike on the foul.
And Coach Jamaica Rin just forced to go to Malonzo as his main defender against Yakite, mainly because of the 3 fouls already on Isagaya, as we see Sean Ildefonso right there. Ildefonso, one of the few bright spots here for the NU Bulldogs, already with 11 points and 6 rebounds, but still not enough. They're down by 8 late in the third.
Patrick has it. Yu will drive in. Yu off the bank, too strong. And the battle for the loose ball will be a jump ball. It will stay with NU as once again Mike Malonzo not backing down from the Alex Jakite-sized challenge in front of him. Forces this one to be another NU possession.
Well, you love the fight in Malonzo, but at the same time, you gotta wonder, why was Jakite, why was no one near him to box out in that sequence?
Oxon, quick trigger, side of the board.
Oh, here we go, good pass.
On the other end, touchdown UE. Oxon gets away, but only for a second. Antiborda. And that will be the end of the third quarter. They were tied at 45, but a 10-2 run has opened up. A 12-2 run has opened up a 10-point advantage for UE heading into the final 10, 57-47. Ray Suerte sees extended minutes here as the rotation has been shortened, obviously, and in a dramatic manner by Lawrence Chongson as you check out the quarter scoring.
Well, UE with that big run to end the third quarter, to erect a 10-point lead heading into the final frame here, Nico, anchored on great playmaking from Ray Suerte and Philip Manalang, and this guy's great play on the low block, Alex Diakite.
Manalang for three, gets another one.
That is his third triple, if I'm not mistaken. Talking about Philip Manalang, he's stepped up big time here for you.
Dave Ildefonso falls down, he draws a foul.
Good look right here, good pass.
That's the zone buster. They're trying to zone a matchup and have that double ready for if Diakite spun away from the initial defender. That gave just enough space. Oxon to JLC in the corner. Clemente overshoots that one. It lands with Dave Ildefonso. The ball is live. Dave, that one couple of inches too far on the other end.
Still nothing for Dave Ildefonso. 1 out of 9 right now from the field, and they're staring at a 13-point hole here as UE's defense has been very disciplined.
Step back, Suerte in and out. NU's got to find offense, and they've got to find it quick. Oxon drives in, underneath to Sean. Sean with a dream shake, leaves it off for Oxon with a little floater.
Good.
They've got to find opportunities, Enzo, in that little mid-range area where they can't get to them because they're not even attempting to lay it up against Alex.
That's true, and good, I was about to say, good off-ball movement by Miguel Oxon after giving up the drop pass to Sean Ildefonso.
Suerte gets inside with the left hand, and he's fouled and will take 2 free throws.
And the difference between how UE's been setting up Suerte is, as we see this nice off-ball movement from Oxon, good pass from Ildefonso right there for that easy 2. The difference is UE's been setting better screens to get Suerte the basketball, and he's been able to use them much more effectively than Dave Ildefonso has for NU.
First one is up and through for Suerte.
And Ray Suerte has been affecting this game in so many ways. Aside from scoring 7 points after that free throw, he's had 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals already. So even if he hasn't been putting up big numbers in terms of points, he's been making his stamp in this game, talking about Ray Suerte.
Sean brings it across for NU. Now it's with Dave. There's a double. Patrick Yu open, corner 3, and
There
he will
you
knock
go.
it down.
And Patrick Yu with his second 3-pointer of the basketball game. And he's been the spark for NU's bench. He and JV Gallego, but they're going to need a lot more from Yu, yeah.
They're going to need guys who are going to be able to keep UE's defense honest on Dave Ildefonso. They're sending that double with no fear whatsoever. Manalang with a missed layup as he went inside with all the good intentions in the world, just no on that harvest.
And what you like about, you know, Patrick Yu is that he has no hesitation, despite being a rookie, just taking these big shots, and another one right there. Hello, hello, Patrick Wilson Yu.
Pure gold always panalo move. Hesitation? Hesitation? Me? Pat Yu? Remember my name.
Man.
Take this time out. Be back with more. Ildefonso has deferred. He's on that double, and on 2 occasions, he's found that guy. Your rookie, Pat Yu, who's sunk it from the same spot for 6 points now. 13 points, almost doubling his output in the first 5 games, which was a total of 7. That's not an average of 7.
That's a total, averaging 1.4 points entering this game, Nico.
Yakite inside. Not the prettiest move, but it works.
That's bully basketball right there. Alex Diakite. He knows that Gaye has 3 fouls already. And he's just bullying his way, barreling down the lane.
Dave. Corner 3. Clemente can't get it to drop. Isa inside. Gaye out to Clemente. Clemente with a little window of space, and John Lloyd makes the most of it.
Good move right there by JLC, noticing the hard closeout on him, going by his defender, laying it over the outstretched hands of Alex Diakite.
Diakite.
Oh, bad pass.
Miscommunication there. Here's Dave. Dave will attack, and Dave will get called for an offensive foul.
I'd like to see that again.
Oh, look at this play. Well, here's the earlier move by Diakite, centimeter away from traveling. And then here's the layup, that little floater of a layup by John Lloyd Clemente. And that's what they're going to call an offensive foul for, was Dave hanging on to the arm of Alex Diakite.
I don't know about that. From that angle, Nico, I'm not 100% convinced.
Well,
there was enough, yeah, but there was a bit of a grab,
yeah. But I think what Dave was saying was there was a bump first, which forced him to hang on to it. Well, it's a 7-point game with under 7 to play.
In any case, the defense of NU now, their turn to step up big time here. See if they can stop this offensive machine from UE.
Suerte to the basket.
Wow.
The stop and goal from Ray Suerte.
Good read by Ray Suerte, noticing that Diakite was hesitant on the roll, opening a seam in the defense, exploiting that seam, and easy 2 for Ray Suerte.
Here's Dave to the basket.
Oh, good move.
And finally, a second field goal for Dave Ildefonso.
Only his 3rd and 4th points, talking about Dave Ildefonso.
Well, they trap Diakite. Alex puts it on the floor. Alex to the cup. Foul and
Man.
Jollibee 100%. The amazing move of the quarter, was able to dribble his way out of trouble. And that's the gamble you make with that trap.
That's true. But how about this move? Good step through by Dave Ildefonso right there, but even better drive right here by Diakite. He doesn't look the part. He has the handles to be able to split the D, take it strong, and finish.
Just the heft, just the space that he's able to create.
20 points, 12 boards, 2 blocks, 1 steal for Alex Diakite right now.
A 10-point advantage for UE. If NU wants a shot at this thing, they gotta act quick. It's gotta come in these next few possessions. Anteporda will be whistled for a foul, as you will fetch only the 2nd team foul of UE.
Second team foul. Shot clock at 14 seconds.
And as good as NU's second stringers have been, they've been trading baskets with UE here in the 4th, and they can't afford to do that down by 10.
Here's Clemente inside. John Lloyd can't get it to drop. It comes back to them. Another 3. Way too strong. And that will go out of bounds.
Heat check right there for Pat Yu.
Well, as you said, no hesitation.
Malonzo for Sean Ildefonso.
Sean Ildefonso will get a breather. Malonzo will check in.
Oxon for John Lloyd.
Oxon will come in for Clemente. It's been a while since we've seen Abanto and Tolentino, as Suerte has done enough at that wing position. 10, 6, and 6 with 2 steals.
And he's been able to find his rhythm in the second half.
Well, they put the ball in his hands. And they've asked him to create. No pin downs, nothing fancy like that. They've just handed it off to him and have made him make decisions as Dave has the rebound slip from his fingers. In that kind of afternoon for Ildefonso.
You see here, uncontested rebound for Dave Ildefonso, but just not his game so far, Nico. Can't buy a lot of buckets. Can't grab the ball in that particular rebound play.
Yakite underneath had himself some space, but Gaia able to tap and interrupt.
On the shot clock.
5 minutes even. We're at the halfway point of the fourth quarter, the Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Jem open for three. Ringless, but not the good kind.
And you know he's gonna take that, but no go in that sequence for Jet Cruz.
So here it is. If there will be an NU run,
It has to be now.
it will be mounted on these few possessions. Oxon has it. They give it to Dave. Ildefonso puts his head down. Stop, cross. Ildefonso gets it to go.
Good move by Dave. I thought that was pretty good defense from Cruz. And then the help on Yakite, but credit to Dave Ildefonso. Good finish in that particular sequence.
Oh, no one's picking up Suerte as Oxon steps up to the plate. They've run the same play, that ear play. Gets Yakite out on top, hand off to Suerte, and then they run high pick and roll. And they force Ray Suerte. They've trusted Ray Suerte to make the decisions. In that case, he misses a mid-ranger.
And the question for you here, do you have enough gas? The guys on the floor for UE have been playing a ton of minutes. Wow.
And you with the handle.
And he's stepping up. He is stepping up. The Cebuano native Patrick Wilson Yu.
Manalang will lose it. A turnover by Manalang
And
leads to a Malonzo layup.
this ain't over, Nico. And if you look at UE's body language, it seems like a lot of the players on the floor are gassed right now. They're tired.
Oh, we told you, the rotation's been short as the shock troopers are slowly coming. It's Neil Tolentino first. We expect Abanto back in here in a second. So what a time for a turnover to come for Manalang. First of all, check out the high pick and roll action run by you, unafraid to drive to that, drive right straight to the gut of that defense.
And he played that perfectly. He read that high ball screen really, really well. Talking about Pat Yu, it's been his game for NU this afternoon.
Sean is back.
If you look at the numbers for Dave Ildefonso, one of his worst games so far this season. 6 points, 3 out of 11 from the field.
Another steal by NU. This time the trap on Yakite works.
And this could be that run that NU fans have been waiting to see.
Sean to Miguel. Oxon for three.
Hello, hello.
Manulife Vision player of the game. Now it's a 1-point game. 9-0 run.
And Oxford has no conscience from beyond the arc. He will shoot that no matter how many he's missed.
Manalang has it. Turns away from the screen. Finds Tolentino underneath. Fresh legs for Neil Tolentino. Not that they're ever not fresh, but that bit of rest sure happened there.
And he's always that guy to stop that run by NU. Neil Tolentino has done it at least a couple of times this afternoon already.
Stop and go by Dave, he'll lose it. Yakite puts it on the floor. Alex to Suerte. Suerte turns away from the defense. Alex leaves it. Tolentino runs into a wall.
Wow.
Yakite.
Wow, what a pass from Tolentino.
Perfect spot. And one more time, Enzo.
He is the guy.
One more time. NU's got right to the front of the door. Has kicked on it. But UE has once again provided some distance. We'll be back after this. So the defense on Dave Ildefonso was one thing. And then being able to receive this ball from Rey Suerte and then find Alex Yaquite afterwards. That play on both sides had Neil Tolentino written all over.
He is just a spark for this UE team. He's been the fireman for Coach Lawrence Chongson here.
Hard to duplicate. A player like that, hard to find, hard to replicate, as Sean Ildefonso
13 seconds on the shot clock.
has that one tapped from his hands. It stays with NU. They have some time with 13 to shoot. 2:23 left in the game. They're only down by 5.
Well, as good as Tolentino has been in the last couple of sequences, UE still not out of the woods here.
But you being dared to put that on the floor. They'll have 11 to shoot. This time they'll inbound off the sideline. Well, they'll put the ball here as you check out the numbers for Tolentino. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. That seems like it's pedestrian. It is not. What he's been able to do in this game is unbelievable as Dave Ildefonso attacks Yaquite. And this time he fetches a foul on Alex and will take 2 free throws.
And the thing about Tolentino is the timing of his hits, the timing of his shots, his assists. Sometimes more than the quantity, Nico, it's the timing of those productive minutes, productive moments.
Yeah, the last 4 points after NU cut it to 1 have been scored or assisted on by Tolentino as Dave Ildefonso misses that free throw.
Just not Ildefonso's afternoon right now. Talking about the younger Dave Ildefonso. 3 out of 11 from the floor. And
he missed 2.
0 for 2 from the stripe.
That's not something you see every day. Anteporta will cross the timeline here for UE, and he'll be called for a double triple.
That's clear as day right there. I was wondering, what the hell was he thinking?
As careless a turnover as you can find. He had an easy pass to make here. Oh, he bobbled the catch.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you think about your movements even before you catch the basketball.
Inside the final 120 of the ball game. PS Bank last 2 minutes. PS Bank pasend via mobile ang padala mo, cash agad in minutes. You jumper up. Oh, floater is good.
And Lady Luck has smiled on Pat Yu this afternoon. He's keeping them in the game almost single-handedly.
Yaquite almost lost it. Here's Tolentino. He will attack.
Wow.
Neil Tolentino with a huge layup for UE.
This kid, Neil Tolentino, he has ice in his veins.
Truly special. Dave, over to Sean. Sean inside. Sean is blocked. It ends up with Gaye. Gaye will miss one more time. Isa gets 2. 3-point game with 82 seconds left. And we have a timeout by the UE Red Warriors. No, it's just a sub. So Manalang will come back. Anteporta will go back to the bench.
Well, you got to give credit to Gaye, just battling for that basketball. And he's had 7 offensive rebounds in this game already. 13 total boards for Isa Gaye.
And Jamaica Karin will go situational here as Mike Malonzo, who's been an active energy guy for them, comes in for Sean. Suerte rifles it onto Tolentino. It goes out of bounds. It will stay with UE in a close call right there on the sideline.
And UE's got to be careful here, Nico. I mean, they're up by 3, 1 minute 18 to go. Anything can still happen, especially with NU playing very aggressive full-court pressure defense. And I think Dave was wondering if maybe Tolentino's heel touched the sideline. I don't think it did.
Tapped by Gaye. Yaquite once again dribbles out of trouble. You hear the collective gasp when they try and trap Alex Yaquite.
And he's got to be careful. They are in the penalty right now.
Suerte will have this one go out of bounds. They'll review it. You know, the last out of bounds play they didn't review. They could have. It was in the final 2 minutes. And think they thought that one was clear. This one, they'll go to the screens for.
Oh,
That is NU basketball.
yeah. That's off Rey Suerte from that particular angle. I think it's pretty clear.
Well, they just showed it on the big screen, and everyone on the UE side is pointing at their side of the basket.
Not surprising.
I'm not sure if they saw something different than we did. Or that's just, wishful thinking and, guiding the universe.
There you go. Ref makes the right call, I think.
Upon review,
I think from that replay, Nico, we saw it. It was off Suerte. Now it's UE's defense. And more importantly, their rebounding that has to get the job done. UE's been out-rebounded 45-36. They've given up 24 offensive rebounds right here, so their defense will be tested.
Ball is with you, the rookie.
Oh, bad
That's
pass.
a soft pass to Isagaye that was easily read, telegraphed, and stolen away. And Abanto is fouled, and they're going to go for an unsportsmanlike foul on Dave Ildefonso.
Well, we gotta see that again, but maybe the refs thought Ildefonso was not going for the basketball.
Abanto caught it in the face.
Well, the tricky thing is anytime the contact is above the shoulder, most referees will have the tendency to call it unsportsmanlike foul.
So there it is there. And then Abanto afterwards, he hit the screen on the side. That's what he's saying right now. He's saying his right elbow is hurt.
And there he is, Abanto just motioning to the bench that his right elbow he's in pain. We'll see if he can take the shot. He could be able to take the shot. I think he's telling the referee that baka may galos lang yung kanyang right elbow.
So they whistle the unsportsmanlike foul. Abanto short arms it.
Well, UE has attempted a lion's share of the free throws here, but they've missed more than they've made.
Abanto coming into this game has only shot 2 free throws. He made 1 of 2 then. He makes 1 of 2 here. Makes it a 4-point game with 46 seconds left. They have the ball still after that unsportsmanlike foul.
You're NU, you gotta be careful. You're in the penalty. Don't give up any useless fouls.
Manalang calls for the high ball screen.
Good pass.
Leaves it underneath.
Oh.
Abanto missed it. Oh, he missed the point-blank layup.
Lucky break right there for NU. Dave Ildefonso was sleeping on defense.
Dave, step back 3. Short. And Suerte will be fouled.
And Dave Ildefonso, just not his afternoon.
Taking foul at number 12, Patrick Yu.
Nick Abanto just snuck behind him. NU fortunate, Abanto missed the layup. Ildefonso breaks the 3. Just not his game, talking about Dave Ildefonso, Nico.
Well, Dave made a beeline for that ball and chose to go for the 3. Well, he's usually dependable in situations like this. As Suerte makes the first. So all is not lost here for NU. And Coach Lawrence Chongson telling his guys it's a little premature to celebrate. Even if Suerte makes this, it'll be a 6-point game.
That's true. It'll be a 2-possession game. 6-point lead for the Red Warriors, 78-72.
Timeout, National University Bulldogs.
Jamaica Rin will whistle for time. They'll need points and they'll need it quick. We'll be back after this. 78-72. NU has the basketball. They're down by 6. They're going to field a 5 without Isagaye on the floor as they put 5 guys who can make threes.
14 seconds.
In the two Ildefonsos, Yu, Oxon, and Clemente. Dave will trigger in. JLC receives. Hand off to Dave. Ildefonso. And that will be a foul on Tolentino. That is their final foul to give.
That's his first personal team foul, number 4.
And you clearly looking for a quick 3 or as quickly as possible. But cut this lead down to a 1-possession game.
Dave for 3, short. Oxon will save it to the wrong guy, and surprise, surprise, Neil Tolentino is that guy for UE.
That could be it, Nico.
Manalang got away, Tolentino got it over to Diakite, and NU's gonna let this one pass as the UE Red Warriors claim win number 2 of the season. It's season 82, and what a win it is as they lead this one almost end to end.
Well, they had a strong start, bobbled a bit in the middle 2 quarters, but they finished really, really strong in the 4th. Rey Suerte finding his groove in the 2nd half. Neil Tolentino coming up big every time NU was knocking on the door, and Alex Diakite, game-long brilliance for the 6'9" Senegalese big man. They carried this UE team to their 2nd win of season 82, stopping their 2-game losing skid, heading into the 2nd round with a lot of momentum.
NU led 2-0 to start the game. Since then, it has been UE all the way, except for a tie at 45 apiece. But ever since, UE has done enough to carry them all the way to victory, 78-72. PS Bankable Player of the Game, PS Bank Home Loan, isang araw lang may bahay ka na, Alex Diakite. The 2 wins for UE, already double of their season output in season 81 as they had a single victory last season. Now they have a whole other round of UAAP action to try and add to that, but the 22-13, 2 assists, 3 steals for Diakite, just too much to bear for the Bulldogs.
Well, he was just a tower of power, imposing his will in the paint for UE. As you said, 22 points, 13 rebounds, amazing double-double for UE's double-double machine.
Dataland Residential's quality win was won by the Red Warriors of the University of the East as they improve to 7th place with that 2nd victory of the game, and they force NU to sit at the bottom of the standings, at least for now. AXA Know You Can player of the game is Philip Manalang, whose hot shooting in that 1st quarter really provided the distance that UE needed, that breathing room, Enzo, for them to really survive a otherwise subpar scoring output from Rey Suerte.
That's true. Manalang's early scoring was crucial, but throughout the rest of the game, his playmaking ending up with 7 assists. That was huge too for UE. Manalang, Diakite, Suerte, Tolentino, they were huge for the Red Warriors in getting win number 2 for season 8.
And not to mention, he's not gonna get any post-game awards or anything like that, but as we said, Neil Tolentino was excellent for the Red Warriors, and his effort and his activity and his defense on Dave Ildefonso cannot be overlooked. A major contributor to their victory here today. All right, later on today at 4 p.m., the UP Fighting Maroons take on the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles in a rematch of last year's finals. Between then and now, we have a very special episode of The Score live here from inside the Araneta Coliseum to make sure that you guys are primed and ready for the end of the 1st round later on, again, 4 p.m. So stay with us wherever it is that you are watching and you've been watching this action. Okay, for Jaime Escalon, for Bailey's Akot, for my partner, the Hoop Nut, Enzo Flojo, and for our entire team here at ABS-CBN Sports, my name is Nico Ramos. UE is victorious, 78-72 over NU. You are watching the UAAP Men's Basketball Season 82 on SNA.